meeting of the Rotary Club of Salem in this our 101st year. I'm Ellen Wyant, and I had the privilege of serving as the first woman president of our club in the 1996-1997 year. President Sue is unable to be here today, and she asked me to fill in for her. She was very brave. Please let me know if you have anything via chat box or via chat box, if you have any guests, announcements, or visiting Rotarians for me to recognize. Okay, and now we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I will pull that up.
Great, thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which
it
it
stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with
liberty and justice
for all.
Okay, and now Alicia Bay will present this week's inspirational moment. Alicia, where are you? Do you see her? Okay. Does anyone see Alicia?
Alicia, are you muted?
Okay. Okay, I think we'll go forward. Okay, so Doug Parham will be introducing a guest, and then there will be others that follow him. So Doug, you want to get things started? Where's Doug? There he is. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Thank you, Acting President Ellen. I have two guests today, and I see in the chat that I maybe have three guests. Okay. Jamie Wenigman is joining us today. She is the Director of Development for the Chemeketa Community College Foundation. And Jennifer Naranjo, she is a student at Chemeketa and is the 2020 recipient of the Salem Rotary Duvall Scholarship. She'll be talking to us later. I see in the chat that I also have in attendance today, Marie Hewlett is also in attendance, and she's the new Executive Director of the Chemeketa Foundation. So welcome to those three ladies.
Are there any other guests?
Acting President Ellen, this is Jane Downing with the Center for Hope and Safety, and I have a guest today. Amanda Cole is our Community Engagement Coordinator at the Center for Hope and Safety, and Amanda is going to be assisting me today with a presentation. And then, of course, we have two speakers that I'll be introducing later on in the program.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay. So club announcements are next, as far as I can see. So I'll call on each person first. Okay. Tim Nissen, do you have something you want to say?
Yes.
Okay.
No surprise, time for our quarterly Rotary Blood Drive. It's scheduled for Tuesday, October 13th, 1 to 6 p.m. I had a great response to my email regarding this from our cadre of regular donors, but I still have 4 slots left to fill towards the end of the afternoon. So if you're able and interested in donating blood, please contact me via email or phone and I'll sign you up. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now that seems to be it right there. Okay. All right, so
Sounds like someone has some music playing. If they could, everyone check your mics if you're not speaking. Make sure you're muted, please.
Okay, so no other announcements as far as I can see? Okay, so Larry, are you ready to present today's bell ringers?
Yes, President.
Yay!
I'm ready. So we are getting, let's get started on this big day in Salem Rotary Foundation Month. We have a number of bell ringers and we have match for each of those bell ringers. You stole my thunder, President Ellen. I wanted to recognize you, ring the bell for you, recognizing your presidency in 96, 97. You were the first, as you said, the first woman president of our club. And you were an SRF board member in the earliest days of planning the big surge in Salem Rotary Foundation growth. I thought you were courageous given the nature of the club at the time, that you led with determination and grace and worked so hard and did a beautiful job. So President Ellen, please ring the bell for yourself.
Ellen, you're muted. Make sure you're unmuted now.
Okay. Please ring the bell for yourself, President Ellen. I hope did you hear me? Okay. So next, Jane Downing is ringing the bell for Linda Wooters, Mike Carrick, Barry Nelson with Capital Financial Planners, and Brian Greer with Service Master of Salem. Linda is matching the bell ringers today up to $240. Mike, Barry, and Brian are coming together to provide a $1,000 super duper match. And an anonymous donor is providing the super duper amazing $5,000 match for the month. Please join me, Jane says, in thanking all of them for their generous support of the Salem Rotary Foundation. President Ellen, please ring the bell. Okay. So Bill Hansen has a $100 bell ringer for Barry Nelson's leadership and inspiration. Bill wants to thank Barry Nelson for his untiring effort in bringing to fruition the Jerry Frank Centennial Pavilion for the city of Salem. He is making all his fellow Rotarians very, very proud. Thank you, Barry. Ring the bell 5 times, please. There, I hear it. Good. Okay. Okay. John McCulley is ringing the bell for Ernest Duvall and all of the recipients of the Duvall Scholarship at Chemeketa Community College. 70 years ago, young Ernest graduated from high school but struggled to finance his college education. With the help of a scholarship from the Rotary Club of Salem, he was able to attend Willamette University. Fast forward 50 plus years, now Dr. Duvall, a retired radiologist in Alabama, remembered the investment the Rotary Club of Salem made in him and provided a gift of $50,000 to the foundation, Salem Rotary Foundation, to be used to help students like him, deserving young women and men who needed a boost to fulfill their educational dreams. Good deeds do have echoes, John says. Ring the bell. Sherry Patterson. Sherry Patterson is ringing the bell 3 times for the Boys and Girls Club staff. As we look ahead to the 2020-2021 school year and the continued closure of schools, we know that this disproportionately affects the youth we serve. Families are faced with impossible decisions about supporting their children's educational needs and continuing to work outside the home. In order to help those close the gap, we are expanding all our fall programs at Boys and Girls Club, expanding those hours from 4 hours per day to 10 hours per day, running full days of program focusing on safely providing quality enrichment programming and supportive distance learning for the youth in our community who need us most. Please ring the bell 3 times, President Allen. Holly Berry is ringing the bell for Reed Carlson. Screen share time. First I have to go here. Screen share time. Bear with me, Holly. This must be fun for you to watch me struggle. Share. All right. Did it so beautifully in practice. Is it there? Yes, I think it is. Can you see it? Okay. Hollyberry is ringing the bell for Reed Carlson, formerly of the Rotary Club of Salem. Reed left the club at the end of June to attend basic training with the United States Coast Guard. On July 8th, he reported to Cape May, New Jersey, and spent the summer learning the ins and outs of being a new recruit. Holly is happy to report that he completed his training and on August 28th received the Seamanship Award for the highest average score in seamanship training presented by the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Reed has been assigned to one of only 3 heavy icebreakers in the U.S. Coast Guard and is headed to Antarctica on the Polar Star. The ship consists of 15 officers and 126 enlisted personnel. The primary mission is to break through the sea ice to resupply the McMurdo Research Station. We wish Reed success on his next big adventure, and what an adventure it will be. Go Reed. Ring the bell. Okay, now stop share. Okay, President Steve Horning, President-elect Steve Horning, has a triple bell ringer. Steve says, number 1, congratulations for a well-deserved award for Christy Perry, named Oregon School Superintendent of the Year for the state. Chosen among all the leaders amidst what could be considered a multiple and ongoing hurdles, I can't imagine Christy having anything close to a restful day and tossing in a high probability of lacking sleep. Thank you for our kids and congratulations to Christy. Ring the bell, please. President-elect Steve is also ringing the bell for our amphitheater project and the leaders in this club who have been working and meeting on this project literally for years to make it happen. The end is in sight, and this club will have been a part of a new and fantastic landmark in the Willamette Valley. Thank you. Ring the bell, please. Steve is also offering a bell ringer for his wife, Susan. Steve says, she gives so much of herself for others, and I am truly thankful every day for her being in my life. Oh. Please ring the bell for Susan Horning. Shane Griggs is ringing the bell for Christy Perry, who has just been named Oregon Superintendent of the Year for 2021. What a fabulous recognition of someone we knew already was number 1. Ring the bell, please. Linda Wooters wants to ring the bell for Christy Perry being named Oregon's Superintendent of the Year. Linda encourages others to join in, and if you would like to, I'll give you an opportunity at the end. Please ring the bell. Mary James is ringing the bell today to honor Rotarian Christy Perry for being named Oregon Superintendent of the Year. Salem Keizer students, faculty, and communities are so fortunate to have her incredible vision, leadership, and heart. Ring the bell. Selma Pierce. Selma would like to ring the bell for all the people who are still fighting wildfires and those who are supporting the people who have been displaced by the fires. Though our skies are no longer smoky, there is still much work going on. A big thank you to all those who have stepped up to help out. Please ring the bell. Renee Campbell rings the bell for the program committee. She missed getting to chair that committee when she skipped being president-elect before she was president, through no fault of her own. She is loving working with the sharp and well-connected Rotarians serving on the committee since she joined it 2 years ago. It was amazing last spring to watch programs pivot to the virtual meetings and see relevant content and timely presentations come together so quickly. This happened again recently when she saw 2 months of programs filled within 2 days of our most recent committee meeting. This diverse group of members is collectively connected to just about anything you want to know about current events, government, education, business and innovation, recreation, the arts, associations and nonprofit organizations, local and international Rotary, or just about anything you may find of interest. When I talk with other clubs about our programs, they are envious and eager to have me share. Kudos, friends, you are awesome. Ring the bell for the Rotary Program Committee. Now, I'm going to ask for, if with your permission, President Ellen, I'm going to ask for any bell ringers from the floor via virtual hand raising or actual hand raising in the chat room. And meantime, I'm going to pull up an email I got from new member David Suter. David, sorry. David says, to all the local first responders for their tremendous efforts in this extremely difficult and crazy year, we salute you. Ring the bell for all of the first responders during this wildfire crisis. Thank you. I love it when new members ring the bell. President Ellen, may I proceed to take a few from the floor or?
Please do.
Okay. Now, I'm looking in the chat room. If anyone wants to speak up to add a bell ringer, that would be good. Ellen, do you see any hands raised?
No.
Deb, is she?
Oh, wait a minute, here you go.
Yeah, Deb Patterson does.
Deb Patterson. Deb, please.
Thank you, fellow Rotarian Larry. I would like to ring the bell for President-elect Steve Horning, Mayor of Turner, as well as his full-time busy day job. If you haven't visited Turner lately to see the development around the lake, he's done, and the new businesses that are there, he's done that during a global pandemic, been at the helm, in addition to having these unprecedented forest fires. And so hats off to him. He's running again for re-election despite all these challenges, and he's doing a tremendous job. So I'd like to ring the bell for President-elect Steve Horning. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. Any other bell ringers from the floor?
Looks like we have one from Doug.
Doug, again.
Doug, you're muted.
He was adding on to the one for Christy Perry.
Okay. President Ellen, Doug Parham is ringing the bell in support of the other bell ringers for Christy Perry. Thank you, Doug. Please ring the bell. Anyone else? All right. You'll have an opportunity to send a check or make a donation via our website. If you would like to add any bell ringers. I lost count, but I think we've made great progress today toward reaching our goal to take advantage of all the generous match that has been provided for today. Thanks again to our fine sponsors of today's matching funds. President Ellen, back to you.
Okay. I just got a little message here from Alicia Bay, and she would like to.
Back to the invitation.
Oh,
okay.
She would like to go.
Here.
She would like to present the invocation. She just got here.
My apologies, President Ellen.
We're
ready?
glad you're here.
So if you'll join me in a manner of prayer that you're accustomed to, as we gather here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community. The needs are great, and we commit to keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which futures generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world. Amen.
Okay, any other announcements or anything that anybody wants to say at this point, or are we ready to go to our program? Okay, Larry? Oh, Larry, you were bell ringers. Sorry, wrong list. Okay. Today, the program will be about the Salem Rotary Foundation and will be presented by Jane Downing. Sorry, Jane.
That's not a problem at all. Thank you, Acting President Ellen. Today's program is highlights some of the nonprofits that have been supported through your gifts to the Salem Rotary Foundation. And by my count, that was 23 bell ringers today. So, that was amazing. And folks have been so incredibly generous this month. And so you're seeing firsthand today what those bell ringers do. By you all coming together and being able to support the Salem Rotary Foundation. So today you're going to see and hear how some of those funds are being used to benefit youth and families in our community. And we have a virtual head table today. And Adam Collier, who is the chair of the Good Works Committee, was not able to be with us today, but he recommended the following Rotarians to represent the Good Works Committee as our virtual head table. Ron Kellerman was appointed by President Bill Hansen to create and lead the Good Works Committee in 1994. Ron has been on the committee off and on for over the years, with a couple of gap years when he was president-elect, president, and past president. Ron enjoys sitting on a panel of other Rotarians who have done their homework, ask smart questions of the applicants, and raise good points that he has not considered. The committee is all business and get things done, but with a few laughs along the way. He also enjoys learning more about the dedicated nonprofits in our community. Finally, he likes to have a vote on how our hard-earned money is spent and to see that the criteria we developed 26 years ago is still followed. And Ron also did a shout out to Bill Hansen that started the Good Works Committee under his presidency. And I reached out to Bill, but I wasn't able to get him on the head table, but I'm just gonna do a special shout out to him if he's here today. One of the other folks on the virtual head table is Dawn Bostwick. And Dawn has been a member of the Good Works Committee for 10 years. And her favorite part of being on the committee is when she hears from the recipients of our grants. It is heartwarming to hear what a difference our grants make for the recipients and for the people they serve. I also love knowing we improve the lives of so many. John McCulley is on our head table, and John McCulley started with the Good Works Committee in about 2006 and served a couple of years as the chair of the committee. His favorite part of serving on the Good Works Committee is the dedication of its members who thoughtfully consider all the worthy requests that come before it and then use a consensus approach to make decisions. John said, there are a lot of needs in the community and the Good Works Committee members have a great ability to direct the funds given by club members where they will do the most good. Thank you to our head table and all the members of the Good Works Committee. Today, Acting President Ellen, Doug Parham is going to introduce the Duvall Scholar to us.
I don't see him. Oh, there he is.
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Today, our club is honored to have as our guest Jennifer Naranjo. She is a student at Chemeketa and is the 2020 recipient of the Salem Rotary Duvall Scholarship. Jennifer has some information to share with us today about her educational plans and goals. So I will turn it over to Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Naranjo, and I'm gonna be a first year this year at Chemeketa Community College. And one of the reasons why I wanted to go to college is because I want to be able to pursue my dreams in teaching others. And that's what I'm going to go into, as I'm going to get my master's in both chemistry and in education. And I'm planning on getting my AAOT and transferring to either Oregon State University or Western Oregon University. One of the reasons why I chose Chemeketa is because I want to be able to get used to the college experience before going to a university. And I also want to be closer to my family because I have a niece and nephew that I help watch and help take care of them so that their parents can go to work and help provide for them. And I also want to stay near my aunt and uncle because I've lived with them since I was 6, as they've taken care of me. One of the reasons I'm like very passionate about teaching is why I want to become a teacher is because ever since I was younger, I've always liked helping others, and I've liked teaching them, whether it be like English or math or any of the subjects that people have struggled in. And I'm passionate about chemistry because this year I took chemistry, and I've always, when I was in that class, I enjoyed it a lot. And I never complained when I had to do work in that class because it's one of my favorite subjects, and I've always found it very easy and fun to be there. And so that's why, since I want to be a teacher, I never really knew what I wanted to do when I was younger, but I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And so doing chem this year or last year made me realize that I wanted to teach chemistry. And so yeah, this scholarship helps a lot for me because since I am paying for college by myself, and since it is my first year in college, and I don't really know what I'm doing, neither does my family. So having this, it helps me not stress as much as how I'm going to pay for college, and it doesn't make me stress on if I'm ever going to actually graduate college. And it
We lost you. Okay, sound's not working. I can't hear anything. Recording, cancel, stop my video. I don't know what that means.
Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing with us your goals and aspirations. We look forward to hearing more about your successes in the future.
Thank you, Doug. So today's program will highlight the nonprofits selected by the Good Works Committee. And first up, we have a slideshow of some of the grant recipients, and then we will hear from representatives of 2 of the nonprofits that received grants this year. Amanda, can you please show the slideshow? Seem to be having a few technical issues.
there should, I guess, be something going along with this. I'm not hearing anything. No, no sound. Maybe there isn't, yeah.
Thank you, Amanda, and thank you to all those programs that are making a difference for children and families in our community. And today we have a couple of speakers that are going to highlight what their program was able to do with Salem Rotary Foundation funds. And it looks like we will have lots of time for them to speak, and then also a chance for you all to ask questions of them. So we would really appreciate you thinking about questions you might be able to ask them. Our first speaker today is Juanita Estrada. Juanita is the Executive Director of Faces of America. Faces stands for Family Advocacy and Community Education Services.
Well, I probably, one of us will go pick up the jersey, unless,
hey Larry,
because
you're on, we can hear your conversation.
she got back from taking Matt to the eye doctor. Yeah.
Jessica, are you able to mute him?
No, she took him home. A lot of driving for her.
Hey, Larry. Thank you. So, okay, I'm going to start over with that. Our first speaker today is Juanita Estrada. Juanita is the Executive Director of Faces of America. Faces stands for Family Advocacy and Community Education Services. As well as her role as Executive Director, Juanita is also a teacher and a master trainer for the program. Juanita's career spans 42 years in education. Our second speaker today will be Ana Olivia Palazzo Anglu. Olivia was the co-founder of the Salem Keizer Coalition for Equality in 1999. She has been the Executive Director for 7 years. Her passion has been seeing children succeed in school and graduate ever since she had her own children after dropping out of North Salem High School in 1973. She got her GED at 28 and finally went to college at 39. Receiving a large scholarship from the Ford Family Foundation that took her through her bachelor's degree and her Master of Arts in Teaching at Willamette University. So we're gonna turn it over to Juanita first to share about her program.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we started, this organization almost 13 years ago. And that was that was a dream that we had since we came to the United States, because I was a teacher in Mexico for 15 years, and then we moved to McMinnville. And I started working with the McMinnville School District. And after that, I was able to move to Salem to be able to transfer to Willamette University, then to Oregon State University, then to George Fox University. So I was able to, because all my paperwork from Mexico I wasn't able to get my license here with that. So I had to start all over again. So I did 12 years, you know, in working full time with the school district, and which I retired 13 years ago. But before that, I'm sorry, in 7 years ago, but 10 years ago, we started this organization when we were looking at the need, you know, of all our families, Hispanic families, that they were not able to, you know, pass the GED because they didn't have the studies in Mexico. So FACES was able to do a partnership with the Department of Education in Mexico through the Mexican consulate. And Mexico right now is considered the #1 in exporting education, at least the basic education. And that way we were able to, you know, to get a lot of our families who never finished their studies in Mexico or never went to school in Mexico, we were able to do it. So we were stationed 7 years in Chemeketa Community College in building 16. Thanking, you know, Linda Herrera, who helped us a lot. So she housed us in building 16, and we were preparing those parents who never finished elementary or secondary. So when they were finishing, because elementary is formative, and elementary and secondary. So those adults are already, you know, they already have the formation. They just needed the academic. And a lot of those parents and students, you know, they were able to finish in a year, less than a year. And then we will just, they will go to building 22 in order to apply for the GED. So we were just, you know, working with those parents, but at the same time, their children were being helped in math and reading, you know, supporting them in their schoolwork. And well, we did that for 7 years, and we saw the need, you know, for parents to help their children, help in the primary grades. You know, the formative years, they start in the early childhood education, and we were able to think, plan. We got a lot of help from the community, and finally we were able to start Little Faces. Little Faces is the preschool. It's dual language, full-time dual language preschool center, and we have daycare before and after school, which that is the really need of the families, because you know, there's a lot of help, you know, with Head Start and all that, but they just go 3 or 4 hours, and the parents, they don't have who can pick up, you know, those kids from those schools. So we were looking at the needs of those families, and that's the way that we start planning. You know, we need to have a center where we can help with the daycare while the parents are working, but at the same time, we can do the preschool education. Because before the preschool education directly to the students, we were doing that to the parents. We were training the parents in order to be able to help their children at home. And we did that for several years. Actually, I think they were like 7 years that we were doing that, until the parents said, Maestra, why don't you just start a preschool? Because I was directing the preschool in Keizer with a migrant family literacy program for 2 years. And that's where all the ideas started. So finally, thank God, we were able to have that dream come true. And we opened Faces of America, the Little Faces Center, 5 years ago on September the 15th of I think it's 2015. And here, 5 years after that, that center has grown incredible. But that is, thank you, you know, to all the partnerships and the Rotary Club grants, you know, even though we said, okay, we just got a little part here and a little part there, but you know, my dad used to say that a hen will fill their stomach, let's call it like that, because I cannot translate it, you know, exactly, you know, grain by grain. And that's what we did, you know. It was awesome when we got this grant, because every year part of all the programs, because the preschool program is not the only one, this is the center, but we also have programs for adults. We have programs for students who are going to college, and we also have a summer program. We have been doing that for the past 12 years, which we are very proud of that program, because we give those students during the summer that they need, you know, that extra help. And we were doing it through another partnership with the Mexican consulate, that we were bringing binational teachers, you know, to the United States. Actually, when I was working for the district, I was the one in charge of that program, you know, bringing the binational teachers to the school districts here in Oregon. And we do it every year. They send us these wonderful teachers that we don't pay them. They just come, you know, voluntarily, but we have to house them, you know, and provide, you know, meals and transportation and everything. But it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of, you know, financial support, which we got it this year, and it was awesome. But even though because of the COVID, the teachers were not allowed to come. And then we said, okay, what are we gonna do? So, well, we got creative, and because we had, you know, the classrooms and we had everything else. So we got some of our own teachers, and we were able to use that money, you know, for the students who just couldn't pay, you know, for their materials and their meals and all that. So it was a great blessing, you know, to have that grant. And this is the first year that, even though the COVID and even though the teachers were not here, the Mexican teachers were not here, we extended our summer program all the way to the first week of September. We usually finish the first week of August, but now we were able to move it 1 month more. And this is due to all the grants that we were able to, we wrote, you know, small grants here, small grants there, but everything helped, you know, in order to serve all these students. And at this point, we were able to serve a lot of not only elementary students, but siblings of our preschoolers. So it was a big family. The center is full right now. And well, we are so grateful, you know, for everything you guys are doing. I think I mentioned to Amanda a little bit that in Mexico, a lot of my family members are teachers, but they are also Rotarians. So the Rotary Club has been in our family for long generations, you know. It used to be a small town of Mexicali in Baja, which is a huge city now. But anyway, my family, a lot of the family members in our family have been working really hard in education and helping the community through the Rotary Club.
Thank you so much, Juanita, for sharing about that and your connections with Rotary. We really appreciate having you here today and hearing from you. Next, we'll be hearing from Anna Olivia.
Hi, does anybody want to ask Juanita questions, or do you want to wait?
We will wait until
Okay.
after you presented. Yeah.
Have you got the screen sharing for me so I can start?
You should be able to screen share.
Okay, can everybody see it?
Yep.
Okay, great. So our mission is we partner and advocate with Latino families, schools, and communities to ensure equitable education outcomes. We were founded in 1999. And how do I make it go to the next page? Oh, there we go. Okay. Who we are and who we serve. Whoops, went too far now. My computer's way ahead of me. Come on. All right. I don't know if you guys know this, but just wanted to give you a snapshot that in Oregon, 25% of our students are Latino, Latina, Latinx. Does anybody want me to explain what Latinx means? Nod your heads. Yes? Okay, I thought so. Most people do. More recently, these terms come out of the world of academia, but it is intended to give a non-gender or non-binary word. Latinx means neither Latino, which is male, nor Latina, which is female. And since the language is gendered, they have, asked for this to be added, and we are very strong on identifying all three, because changing it for everyone and calling it Latinx without giving anyone the privilege of having the O or the A leaves everyone else out. So we advocate for all three in all the government and school district papers. So Latino, Latina, and Latinx. Anyway, 66% of all of our Latino, Latina, and Latinx students in Oregon speak Spanish. And in Salem Keizer, we have 41% of the students, 17,500. We also want you to know that 70% of our students now in Salem Keizer have free or reduced lunch. The orange letters are who we target and who we are. The 29% or 12,000 of the students in Salem Keizer are Spanish speaking and ever English language learners. And they use the word ever in the Department of Education now to signify if the children were in English language learners in 3rd grade and 4th grade and 5th grade, but now they're not in 8th grade, but they're still in that category, even though they're not enrolled in any language assistance anymore. They're still ever English learners. 50% of our K-3 students are Latino, Latina, Latinx. Half of those, we have 2,000 children in bilingual programs in 22 schools. So wanted you to know that, and look at Portland. Only 16% instead of 41% of the Latino, Latina, and Latinx students. Only 39% instead of 70% free and reduced lunch. Only 15% instead of 29% are English language learners, Spanish speaking. And the 50%, that actually was a mistake that I accidentally left that there because it's not true. 50% of Portland is not Latino, Latina, Latinx K-3. Sorry about that. I will remove that line. Okay, move. It's, my computer's responding really slow. Okay, parent-led preschool is one of the main things that Rotary has been very interested in. A lot of people love it. Everything we do is with parents and families. If we have the student there learning things as a student, it's with the family or with the parents. We don't have anyone drop off children and leave. So our services don't include that. This is just an example of moms working with preschoolers, as you can see. And they learn how there's a lot of skills and a lot of activities, making Play-Doh, a lot of different things that a lot of our parents are not accustomed to, because in their country, in their of origin, they were also farm workers or low-wage workers there, and they did not have much opportunity for their own schooling, and their parents usually have not had any schooling. So most of the parents that come to us, their parents, who are the grandparents of the children, don't read much, and they have not ever done these preschool type activities at home the way we are used to. It's very cool just to see, a dad teaching a child like this 1st grader how to read, all using in Spanish, phonics in their bilingual programs. As I said, 2,000 of those children are in K-3 bilingual programs. So parents helping teach them Spanish helps them learn later. And it helps with relationships with the parents. It helps more school involvement. There's just a lot that goes into it. Some more really cute pictures. I adore this little boy with the pencil as he's thinking about what his mom is saying. I'd like to play a little video for you. It's just kind of fun. Let me see here, get to it. There. This is only 56 seconds. So let's get it to be enlarged.
Doesn't look like the video's working.
You're not hearing it?
No.
Oh, you know what? I'm very sorry. Every time you move a screen, I'm very sorry. Every time you move a screen, you have to reshare. I am very sorry. I forgot all about that. Now, can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'll just, it's only 50 seconds, so I'll play it again. I'm very sorry.
We can't hear it.
No?
No, you have to enable the sound when you...
How do we do that? I've never done that before.
When you first start screen sharing, there should be a button on the bottom left corner that says to enable the audio.
Okay. Let's see here. Optimize share computer sound. There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Third time around, we should get it.
Saca, carro,
Okay.
coco.
There, now is it good?
Papi saca
Good.
el pasto
I didn't
con
know
la
all that.
pala. La nena duerme en su cuna. Inspirarme si le cocho. Salir. Fuerte. Coco. Caco, pu, con, seco, casi. Taco, toca. Cono, taco, pico, saca, carro, casa, rico, hora, cuna, pesca, comal. Carmela pesca en el río. El coca se cayó al suelo. Él no comió tacos de carne.
That is one of the cute ones. There's so many now. How do I get out of full screen? I gotta, hold on a second there. Yeah, she was saying things like dry and fish and a little girl fishing in the river. I think Juanita knows better than me, but lots of words there. And it's really helpful. So back to my slideshow, stop share. It's not very much more. There we go, share. I'm getting really quick at this. So how are we doing on time here? There, okay. The Rotary grant helped families with things like this. We have glue and paint and brushes, pencils, pens, Crayolas, markers, paper of different kinds. There's art paper in there. And every family got at least 6 books, Play-Doh. And the Spanish, the young ones for reading books, you know, parents to read to their children, children to read to their parents. And a big deal to us is the older children. Salem has now finally, for 2 years maybe, has gone to a K-5 bilingual education model. And it's very exciting to me because the children aren't stopping in 3rd grade and then picking up in 8th grade for a Spanish language elective. And so I wanted to show you, another picture. We gave bags of books and whatnot away and all the supplies and stuff to parents outside of our office. And then I wanted to point out that, did you know that we have a biliteracy, a state seal I said certificate, it's a state seal of biliteracy, something like Oregon biliteracy seal. And we have now North Salem and West Salem High School have this full along with Parrish and Walker, and then these 20 bilingual schools K through 5, or is it 22 with dual? Anyway, they can go all the way through K through 12, such as my daughter here, and graduate with a seal of biliteracy. And as you can see, she's got 4 cords and a sash. So I don't know which one is which. She had a lot of little cords. What's that? I heard something.
I think somebody is just unmuted and doesn't
accidentally unmuted. I thought maybe they had to say. So I was trying to get hold of my daughter to find out which one of these was the biliteracy seal cord or sash, but I couldn't find them. But it's a really fantastic. I mean, she's got college level AP Spanish, aced it, went into U of O with that credit already taken care of. And she was bilingual since birth, even though she had an English-speaking white mom, and her dad is Puerto Rican. And but she only kept that, and it was like a fight. And we know that all the parents go through this, where they have to push their kids to keep speaking Spanish, to keep reading Spanish, because it's really easy in another country to just fall into the language of the country. My oldest daughter's in Italy, and her children are learning everything in Italian, and she has to fight to have them keep their English. So teaching them English at home so that they don't lose English. It's so funny. Anyway, because she's English speaking. Anyway, this is, I find this all very cool. We are doing this year, Land of Ansamos is a parent-led reading. So this year we're going to be doing it online and in small groups. So we've got all kinds of things we've been reconfiguring and very excited about. And the parent-led preschool is at this other corner, Aprendiendo Avanzamos right here. Whoops, I just clicked on something. What did that do? I went back to the beginning. There it is. Okay, got it. That's the last page. But those are the families we'll be serving with these. And we have a lot of other programs that are for parents of older kids, mostly working with parent involvement. But that's what I wanted to bring to you today. And if you've got any questions, please ask me.
Thanks, Anna Olivia. Acting President Ellen, if there is time, there is a video for Juanita's program, the FACES program. Do you feel like it's 4 minutes long? Do you feel like we have time to be able to show that?
I think so.
Did you hear me?
I didn't, but.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Be a few minutes late.
Okay, so Amanda, can you start that video, please?
There's no sound for the video. Is there supposed to be sound?
Yes, it's supposed to be sound.
You have to do what they told me to do, Juanita, you have to stop sharing, and then at the bottom of the share, when you hit share, then there's this little option at the left corner that says use computer audio or something like that. And then the video and the sound comes on when you go share.
It's because I'm not sharing it.
Oh, who is sharing it?
You
Someone
guys.
else is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having technical difficulties.
Yeah. I've got unshare and then mark it and then share it again. That was very cool. Thanks for showing me that.
unique program because here we work with our preschoolers. We try to set the foundations for a grade. Educational life, then we help them when they're going through elementary, and then we help the parents so they can keep on helping their kids, you know.
A typical day in Abby's life is she struggles with food, she struggles with just social, leaving me, transitions are really
Amanda, why don't we hold off on the
hard for her. So if we didn't have faces,
why don't we hold off on the video and we'll just have it attached to when the email goes out. So if folks want to watch it, they're able to do that since we're having some difficulties. So I'm going to turn the meeting back over to you, Acting President Ellen, and you can decide if there's time for folks to ask questions. Thank you to our presenters.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for bringing such a wonderful program. It was very inspiring. Yeah, is the word I was looking for. So I definitely appreciate that. Are there any questions that people might want to ask? We are at the end of our meeting, but it would be fine if people wanted to stay and ask some questions, as long as our speaker is happy to do that. Okay, well, it looks like we're finished for the day. So I thank you so much, Jane, for bringing that wonderful program. I learned a lot. And I just want everybody to know that next week we are meeting with the director of Oregon School of Activities Association, also known as OSAA. And it will feature Peter Weber, who's the executive director of that school. So if there's nothing more that we can do at this point, I think we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you so much.